It's 3 a.m. and I am up near Liverpool. I just need to head into the docks, swap my trailers, and then I'm going down to Chelmsford, which is why I'm up at 3 a.m. so I can try and beat the traffic. I'm just going to head out, do my daily checks, and then I can get on.
And yes, it's a very boring yet important part of the day. I am parked in a safe place, but you just never know what might have happened overnight. But thankfully this morning everything is looking fine.
I've just filled out my daily checks on the app and now I can go. Here we go.
Where I parked overnight is literally just around the corner from the docks, and it only takes me 5 to 10 minutes to drive down there. It's also pretty cold this morning and it's registering 3 degrees on the dash. As it's so early, I'm not expecting too much of a queue this morning, but I could be wrong.
Clearly I am not the only person up at this time in the morning. There are already 4 lorries in front of me waiting to get into the docks.
Did they give you the gym?
Yeah.
No idea where it is.
Right, okay. Thank you.
It's a good thing because the only ones I know are in the horrible yards over there.
Oh right, okay, good. Thank you. Let's go and drop this trailer and find... Oh, this is different. Roadworks. As I'm heading through to drop my trailer, I am looking out for the trailer that I'm going to pick up. Save me a bit of time, so hopefully I will see it on the way through. I've had no luck spotting the trailer that I'm picking up, but there are plenty of spaces to drop my trailer. Got my high vis on. First thing that I am going to do is the legs. That's the legs down.
The next job that I have is the Susies, and I have 5 in total to disconnect. Then I go to the back of the trailer and remove my number plate. And the very last job is to remove the safety clip and pull the pin out.
The shunter's picking up the trailer next to me. I'm just going to let him get on with that. Yeah, right. So I'm just going to pull forwards a little bit and put the air down on the back of the unit so that it comes away from the plate on the trailer. And then I can pull away without anything touching. Once I'm out, I can level up the air and we can go and find my trailer. Aha, I spotted it. Brilliant. There it is. I'm just gonna reverse in underneath. I'm gonna put my air down on the back again. Just gonna get out and check the height.
I'm happy it's in the right place, so I put the air up.
That's perfect. So I can just reverse back in underneath. Two shunts forwards just to make sure the pin's in. We're looking all right. This is the trailer that I'm picking up. It's a step frame and it's got a bit of a range of equipment on there from Fleming. I'm just going to put the clip in as my first job.
Then I can reconnect the Susies to this trailer, which does sometimes take a shade longer to connect them than it does to disconnect them. I then put the number plate onto the trailer that I have just picked up, and then I can wind the legs up and store the handle away securely.
Got my paperwork. It's cold this morning. I'm just going to have a quick look at the paperwork. I have 4 drops today. I have one of the tow-in rollers for Chelmsford, along with the 1.5 ton trailer and the LED light kit. Then I'm going down to Malden in Essex, and that's where the show trailer's going. And I've got a bell stacker, front loading bucket, and a 4 ton trailer and mesh sides for Swindon. But there should be another bit of paperwork here, I believe. Oh, I see. So it's on. So basically, there's 2 drops on one bit of paper. So there's a display unit. The display trailer's going to Malden, and then the tow end roller is going to Ringmer. It's for the same company. That's right. I've worked it out. That's good.
As I walk round the trailer, I'm checking many things. I am looking for all the items that are on my paperwork just to check to make sure that they are there, and so that I know where they are on the trailer. I'm also checking how everything is strapped down, making sure that all the straps are tight and that there is no risk of the load moving. I am also checking the trailer itself for its roadworthiness, just like I did with my trailer first thing this morning. Well, that's trailer checks complete. I can't turn my blooming thing off. I know exactly what's on the trailer and where it's going. So now I can head off down to Chelmsford. It's going to take me more than 4.5 hours, so I'm going to need a break on the way down. And I will probably get a coffee. Although for now, I'm just going to have my cup of tea, and here's one I made earlier. And I have to let you know, because I know there's a young girl that watches my videos that likes to know if I've had my cup of tea in the morning. Right, brake, legs, auxiliary, clip pin, number plate, paperwork. Yeah, I'm ready to go. I always run through it just before I leave, just in case I have forgotten something. As I leave the dock, I hand the paperwork over to the gatehouse. They check my trailer, and once they're happy, they open the barrier for me to leave. There are a couple of ways that I could head down to Chelmsford, but there are literally minutes in it either way. So I'm taking an educated guess and going for the route that will be more likely to keep moving, even when I hit rush hour, which is inevitable. When I leave the docks, I head down the M53, followed by the M56, which would take me down to the M6, heading southbound. As I get closer to Birmingham, the speed limit changes to 50. And not much further after that, the traffic slows right down. And it seems to be due to volume of traffic rather than an accident. And it's also in a place where I would expect a traffic build-up. I follow the M6 all the way down until I can merge onto the M1, heading southbound. I head down the M1 for a few miles, and then I realise that it's time to start thinking about having a break, as I'm starting to get close to my 4.5 hours legal driving time. So I pull into Newport Pagnell for a break and a coffee.
Looks busy in here. Actually, nowhere that I can park. Hopefully I can get down to the next services, because I'm not going to get in here.
So it's back out onto the M1, and hopefully I will make it to the next services.
And this is exactly why I tried to get into that services, because I had a feeling that this was going to happen at this time in the morning, and I don't have a lot of time left. So I'm really hoping now that I can get into the next services.
The one good thing is that even though the traffic has slowed down, it is still moving.
Let's hope I can get a space in here, because otherwise I am going to be really stuffed. It's pretty full in here as well. I think there's a gap, and there's not. Oh, look at that. Someone's just come out of space. Oh, thank God for that. Whew. Oh dear, finally. 2 minutes to spare. Even though it is 8 o'clock in the morning, I have got my shower bag all packed up, and I'm going to go for a shower, because I don't think I will get another chance today. Most of my drops are kind of off the motorway, so chances are I won't actually get a chance to have a shower. And guess what? The shower is out of order. What a surprise. So far, trying to get a break and shower isn't going so well, but this services does have a bridge over to the other side, so I'm going to give that a go. Hope that the shower is working over there. That would be a no. The bridge I go, and the only good thing is that I got my coffee. By the time I got back to the truck, I had 4 minutes left on my break, so I've quickly had something to eat. I've rang the company that I'm going to make sure that I can get in with an Arctic, and just to let them know sort of an ETA. So, right, here we go.
I always find the services a little bit odd, having to go under a tunnel under the services to get out onto the motorway again. And after quite an unsuccessful and frustrating break, I'm back out to work again. And if my break wasn't stressful enough, I am now on the M25, heading clockwise towards Essex. But luckily for me today, the M25 has been kind, and it has kept moving at a good pace all the way round. I leave at junction 28 for the A12, and I follow the A12 all the way down to my drop in Chelmsford, which will take me down a 7.5 tonne weight limit, but because I am delivering here, I do have a right of access. When I get into the depot, I can see that there is a barrier with a little telecom thing next to it. So I pull up to the barrier and speak through the telecom to let them know that I'm here.
He said there's plenty of room to turn round, so I wonder what position I need to get myself in to turn around. Oh, it's a bit bigger as I come around the corner. Where to park to go and see somebody. Don't want to be in anyone's way.
Just going to go and find somebody and see what they want to do in terms of taking their equipment off. I've been in to see them, and the plan is that I'm going to turn around first because it will be easier to get the trailer off from that side. Luckily, there's a nice big gap in between all the tractors where I can reverse down in through and turn myself around nice and neatly. The first thing I do is start to unstrap the 1-ton trailer, as that is what they have decided they want to take off first, as it should be the easiest item out of the two they are having to be unloaded. They have decided to take the 1-ton trailer off using straps, and as one of the chaps uses a handler, the other chap guides the forks onto the eyes of the straps and lets him know when it's safe to be lifted and unloaded. The next job is to unstrap the tow end roller. I have 2 of these on the trailer, but they are only having the one, and for travelling purposes they are bolted together. So I only unstrap the top one, and before we take any bolts out, we take the weight off the tow end roller with the handler, which will prevent it moving or sliding as we take the bolts out. There are 4 metal posts in total that need to be unbolted before the roller can be lifted off safely. The telehandler reverses back slowly whilst the other chap guides the roller gently so that it doesn't swing about. Then once it's clear of the trailer, it can be brought right down so that it's at a safe height to be transported around the yard. My next job is to restrap the bucket, as I had to unstrap it to get the 1-ton trailer off. And I also need to put away all the straps and ratchets that I no longer need, along with having a quick check around the trailer.
Right. You Jen?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll follow you on Insta.
Oh, thank you.
That's alright. I think my son does as well. He's into
right.
Scanias big time.
Well, I got a motorway now.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and you.
See you later.
Right, that's everything all strapped up and safe, ready to go. I'm just going to wait for this man to go because he'll be a bit quicker than me down the lane. I head back down the lane and I head out of the weight limit the same way that I went in. My next stop is in Malden, which is about 25 minutes away. I get back to the A12 and I continue around the Chelmsford bypass before following signs for Malden. This is quite a large dealership and has a couple of entrances, so I'm hoping that I'm going to the right one. So I pull up to the barrier, hoping that somebody will come and open it. Need to go and find somebody to let me in, I think. So I actually had to go just over the road to unload, but there were plenty of people about to watch me back and spin me round, as they are preparing for a show here. And that is why they are having the Fleming Agri display trailer here. But to get the trailer off, we need to remove the tow end roller and the bell stacker. These, however, are not for this depot, so once the trailer is off, they are going to need to be put back on. Once that's all strapped and removed, the next job is to get the ramps out. I line them up with the wheels on the trailer, and I also strap the ramps down so that they won't flick up. The handler is going to pull the trailer down the ramp, but first the trailer needs to be pulled to the back of my trailer so that the handler is able to reach it, where it is guided in and hitched up. At this point, I also change the air on my unit and on the back of the trailer so that it creates a more gentle slope for the trailer to come down. We then guide it down gently, making sure that the tow bar doesn't hit the floor at the front, and we make sure that the back of the trailer won't scrape the ramps on the way down. It does get a bit close, so we put 2 posts either side for the wheels to run down, which gives it just enough lift so that the back of the trailer doesn't scrape the ramps. And with a bit of careful driving, it's off the trailer and ready for their show. My next job is to unstrap the ramps and get them back onto the trailer, and I will make sure that these are strapped down, ready for travelling. And whilst I'm strapping these down, the chap goes off to get the handler to replace the items we took off to get the trailer off. I guide the tow end roller back onto the trailer, but this time I'm putting it further up the trailer, as my next job is a collection that needs to go at the back of the trailer. Once I get the tow end roller central, I can signal for it to be put down. While I'm here, there are a lot of other trucks and tractors that turn up with equipment ready for the show. Ernest Doe, the dealership here, has held this show at the beginning of February for the past 65 years and has become very popular in that time. Whilst I'm restrapping the tow end roller and the bell stacker, the handler drivers keep themselves busy unloading the other trucks that have come in, even though they are due their lunch break. But instead of making the drivers wait, they've kindly unloaded them first. And when the tacho is ticking for us lorry drivers, it's something that we are always very grateful for. Once I get everything strapped back down again, safe and secure, I make sure everything is put away in the side locker that I no longer need, and I make sure I readjust the air in the trailer back to its travelling height.
That's all that done and moved around, so I'm getting confused with my paperwork here because there's two things on one thing. You don't know what thing is. So the next place I am going is a collection, which is 24 minutes away. I have got a phone number to ring.
Hello.
Hello, it's Gemma from Bradford Transport. I'm coming to collect a car trailer from you.
Be better off just parking outside.
Ah,
and then
right.
we just bring it up to you because it's a bit tight down here.
Can turn round and get out of the road.
Yeah, you should be able to, yeah.
Yeah?
You say it'll be about 40 minutes, you say?
Yeah, about 35-40 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, that's all right. No
All
problem.
right.
All right, see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Cheers,
Bye.
bye.
I don't reckon I'm going to turn round. They might have to back me out onto the main road, I reckon. We'll see. We shall see. Right, anyway.
To get myself out of here, I need to back around the corner and head out of the gateway. Fortunately, there is plenty of room in here, which makes it nice and easy for me to get turned around. The next place I'm going is a Jaguar dealership, and they have a car trailer for me to send back to Northern Ireland. Once again, I am heading back the way I came and back to the A12. I follow the A12 all the way back to the M25, and once on the M25, I only head one junction clockwise, before heading on to the A127. The dealership is not far from this junction, and it doesn't take me too long to get there. I'm not able to get into the dealership with a truck, so I need to park on the muddy bank just opposite. Before I hop up onto the curb, I make sure that my air is right up.
I'm now here, so I'm going to get my wet gear on because it is absolutely pouring down with rain, and then hopefully, oh, there's somebody coming now, so I'm hoping he's going to be the one that's going to come and load me. He's looking like he does know why I'm here. Hi, alright?
Could have picked a better day.
I know. Terrible, isn't it? Am I right here?
Yeah, that's right. Where's it going? Right at the back?
Yeah.
As the chap goes to get the car trailer, I unstrap the ramps. However, the car trailer will not be put on via the ramps. It will be put on by a forklift instead. But what I am going to do is turn the ramps over and put the wheels of the car trailer inside of the ramps. I won't need the ramps anymore for this load, and it will prevent the ramps getting stolen overnight tonight when I'm parked up. Once the car trailer is ready to be lifted on, the guys stop the traffic so that it's able to be lifted on safely, and we guide it each side with feedback to the forklift driver to where it needs to go. Once it's in position, it can be set down. My next job is to strap it down nice and securely. I put straps around each one of the wheels, around the tow bar, and straps either end to brace it forwards and backwards. It seems like every time I have stopped to unload today, it has started raining, and then once I am nearly finished, it stops. Finally, the sun has come out, thank goodness, but I've turned into a straggly mess. Everything is all strapped up now. I can head on my way.
Because I started so early this morning, I only have 2 hours 34 left, and I'm not going to get to my next drop before they close. So I've found somewhere to park, and I'm just going to head there for tonight. Ring the chap. The chap's actually going to watch me back out onto the main road because there's nowhere down here to turn around. He said give him a ring and he will come out. I've got a feeling this might be a little bit of a nightmare. I'm going to have to make sure my air's up. If I pull forward, I'll just back up and...
Would you want to go that side? Or?
Yeah, back that side of the road, I think.
That way,
Yeah. Might get a few beeps.
Once the road's clear, I can pull forwards off of the bank and then reverse back onto the main road once the traffic has been stopped. Although the closer to London you get, the harder this is to do, as everybody is in a rush and everybody wants to cut around. Finally, I'm out, and all I need to do now is head to the parking spot that I found. Even though I have done a collection for my backload, I still have 2 drops to do tomorrow. And as the trailer is full, I need to find somewhere safe to park. I head back to the M25, and as I head over the Dartford Bridge, I see something very unusual. I've never seen a tractor and trailer going over the Dartford Bridge before, but I'm guessing that they are allowed to use it as this is the only section of the London Ring Road that isn't part of the motorway. The short section over the bridge is the A282, and the rest of the ring road is the M25. I leave the M25 at junction 5 and head down the A21 towards Tunbridge Wells, and just past Tunbridge Wells is where I found a parking spot for the night. That's me all parked up. It's now 5:30, so I've done a fair day. So that's a 14.5-hour day. It is actually the first time I've gone into a 15-hour day this week, and it's Thursday, so that ain't too bad. I'm just going to have some tea and probably go to bed because I am quite tired. Tonight for tea I have some soup, tomato and basil. Thursday, so it's the last one left, and I'm quite glad. I do like tomato and basil soup. But where I'm parked, I can see everybody queuing for McDonald's drive-thru. I can see the M's as well. I'm going to have my soup, and then I may walk over there. I'll see. It is cold out there. That might put me off. Maybe. I gave in and I went. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? I'm feeling quite tired tonight, so I'm actually in bed by 8:30. And to be fair, I don't have to be up that early because the place where I am taking the other roller is just around the corner and they don't open till 8 o'clock. So hopefully I will get a good night's sleep. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you can get my merch at f28print.com.